Hello and let's talk veils. I'm Gaea Lady and I have been making veils, oh man, for about 10 years. I went to school for fiber material studies at the School of the Art Institute, delved into paper making, wool, knitting, dyeing, natural dyeing, growing plants for dye, and I found that fusing all of the silk creations with all the dancing has been a great way for me to bring my love for both of them together. So this video is for you to see the differences between different kinds of silks. So let's get right on the veil market, okay? So this one is a 9-foot by 45-inch rectangle in the 8mm lightweight, okay? So this is a great length for a beginner because it's a little bit shorter. You can tell when you hold this up where it falls on your shins, okay? And so this doesn't fall all the way down, which means I have extra leeway from it getting tangled on the floor, okay? The lightweight 8mm holds up a little bit better over time, but is not quite as transparent or airy. 55-inch length. You see how it almost hits the ground. I'm 5'6", and so this is my preferred length because I like to wrap and hide myself in the burlesque veils I do. Okay, this one, instead of a rectangle, has a kind of funky little triangle tail, which I really like. And so this, that extra 10 inches of silk makes it a little bit heavier, a little bit more bodyful to use, okay? And so this is a really large veil. I would recommend knowing what you're doing or having practiced the flow arts or embodied movement before you tackle a really big one, okay? This is an 8mm, 45-inch length, okay? And this one is a little bit shorter than that last one. This is probably about 8 feet, okay? And it has a diagonal tail. And so this diagonal tail allows for my movements to zip around and get less tangled. I'm a huge fan of these tails. I find that they help both experienced and newbies tackle new, harder techniques, especially inwards, behind the back, and fast tech, because you don't have the opposite end of that rectangle to get caught up in stuff. The rectangles are great for wrapping on the body, using as costuming, using as a big sheet, and you have the most options for wrapping and costuming, but this one allows for the best flow, for a full-sized veil. You can see this is a 9-foot veil, but the tail is really drastic, okay? And so when this one flows, I get the best of both worlds. It's kind of a medium-sized veil, but has the tail to follow it. And likewise, this one, can you tell already? This one's 45 inches long, because it only goes down to about my shins, my 5'6" frame. So this tail allows for better flow in small spaces. So if you're in a small room, a small studio, or performing at a small venue, it's going to be one of your best friends because there's less fabric to get caught up in. But so this is the 5mm ultra lightweight. It's a little bit waftier. This is a 9-foot by 45-inch rectangle. Okay, so this, if we look at it like all the others, is a little bit more lightweight, okay? It's more transparent, and it catches air a little bit waftier, okay? And so this is more transparent and thusly more delicate. So these tend to either snag or pull much more than the other ones, but they give you a fully different effect. And so I find that you have to be extra delicate. 9-foot by 55-inch unweighted veil. And so without the weight, when I move it, right, it is more fluttery and both ends are the same. And so I don't have that carry that the weighted veil does, but I can do different things with this unweighted veil, okay? Note too, with any of these, you can hold them on either end, but with the unweighted veils, you have a little bit more of a leeway because all four corners react exactly the same. So this is an ultra lightweight 5 mom unweighted veil. A half circle here. This half circle is the lightweight 8 mom. It's 108 inches long. Okay, so this is the standard size, and you can see that it's about 45 inches wide. Okay, and so this is also unweighted, and it kind of zooms around. And because, like the tails, you can look at this as a double tail half circle, and the tails don't really get caught. You have a little bit more leeway and a little less tangle, but less coverage as well. And without the weight, you have to use a lot more arm work in order to get these to do all of the different things. So, those are all the full-sized veils. My full-size veils are about 7.5 to 9 feet. Going over 9 feet tends to be a little rough because it tends to be very hard to manage. So, weights, tails, shapes, most of those are rectangles. We're gonna get into some other bits in the next video. So, thanks for watching.